Welcome to Football Shootball, episode 31, season 2. We're calling this Andolan for obvious reasons, not the political reasons, but what happened in the UK. But before we get into the football of it, Karthik Iyer, welcome. Shivram Parmeshwaran, welcome. Iyer, how are you doing? Are you in Bangalore? Are you in Bombay? Are you on Cloud9? Where are you?
I am in Bangalore. I live on the 9th floor. I'm not sure about Cloud9 or not, but yeah, I'm in Bangalore. It's going okay. Yeah, it's as you were. I work in cricket, and just now we've had our first cancellation as well in the IPL, where the match did not take place. So there's been a lot of work, a lot of running around between tabs on Chrome.
Yeah, so the bubble burst.
In effect, yeah.
In effect, but I think Iyer, as long as Swiggy is working for you, you'll do good, right?
I'll be fine. I'm a Swiggy loyalist. I don't use Zomato. I have.
Yeah, we can edit that part out if it's possible because we still have sponsors. But that's all right for next season. Shiva, how are you? You're in Bombay. You are in one of the creamiest places. What is
creamiest? It my God,
it is creamy, right? It's not. You stay in one of the best localities in Bombay where there are a lot of cases around. And I hope you're safe and Cooper's safe, more importantly.
Yeah, thank you, Sapre. Yeah, I do live in one of the nicest neighborhoods in Bombay, but thankfully not enough cases. As in, not enough is not the right phrase. I think the cases are coming down. I think.
Yeah, I just want to say I was just reading BMC. It's 2,600 today, which is outstanding compared to what it was a little ago.
Yeah, it was around 10,000 a day, 11,000 a day, so it's come down tremendously. Plus they've also opened up a vaccination for 18 plus, which is spectacular in Bombay. So it's only good things that are happening, so touch wood.
So get on your laptops, go keep refreshing that button, because apparently that's the way it works. If you refresh often enough, you will get a slot to get vaccinated.
Yeah, anyway, we'll get into the details of it because there's a lot of tech involved. I think Bangalore people should be more aware of what goes into the tech of it. But anyway, we'll discuss it offline.
And Tambram so good at math, but for those who have asked, I stay in Vadala. We never give a shit about anything, including COVID. So everything's fine in Hanki-Dory where I stay. Lovely. I saw The Disciple, not the movie on the Netflix, the match between Mumbai Indians and Chennai, where Karan Pollard just told everybody, why you my disciple. Fantastic match, right? All of us watched that because, of course, lack of football or lack of good football.
Lack of good football is accurate.
Lack of good football. So, Iyer, at least you got a chance to talk about one of the best matches this season. So it's okay if there's nothing for you to talk about in the
there is recency bias, but I think that was one of the best T20 games ever. T20 performances at least ever. Like in a long time. But then again, I also...
You've forgotten Tewatia.
It is there, but Tewatia hasn't... Karen Pollard is a T20 phenom. Like, in T20 cricket,
agree.
The highest run scorer in the format is Gale with 13,000. Pollard is second with 10,000 odd. Plus, he has about 300 T20 wickets, which is just mad. So yeah, that was fun. But if there are cricket fans out there, don't forget Ambati Raidu on that day. He hit some 17 like 20 odd balls, which was crazy in itself.
Absolutely.
The reason why I picked Tewatia is because Harsha Bogle gave up on him and then had to apologize later. So which is the one thing I don't think is like Kieran Pollard, you expect him to hit,
right?
And Tewatia, everyone was going at him on Twitter saying, why is he like he's stat padding and wasting balls and so on and so forth. And then he turned it around. So that was, like a classic T20. But anyway.
Lovely. Talking about classic, we'll move from Edges and Sledges to Football Shootball. The little that happened in football is, of course, outside of the Premier League. Inter's won the Scudetto. Iyer, how many times? 19 times?
Oh shit, I should have got that number in my notes, right?
I'll give you a stat, Sapre. Ashley Young has won it the same number of times as Francesco Totti.
You can't discuss one legend and one, just like a battalion somewhere. I'm just going to come back to Watford next season, but let's see where that goes. It's just sad you don't know about what happened. I was going to introduce you as Angela Macron, the expert in French and German football leagues, nothing else. But you've been disappointing, as is your team.
I have good content though, because 4 months ago, Lukaku said he's the king of Milan. Then AC Milan beat Inter Milan. And then Zlatan said Milan has no king, there is only God. And now Lukaku has posted saying whether God or king, there is only one Romelu Lukaku. And yeah, so the feud. I'll tell you what, where AC Milan failed is when Zlatan decided to pick a fight with Big Rom. Yeah. And not only did he pick a fight with Big Rom, just before that, he picked a fight with Big Bron, LeBron James. Clearly, Zlatan has lost out.
He did.
And immediately after that was the Romelu thing. So do not pick a fight with Bron or Rom or Zlatan. I mean, you have cost AC Milan the title this year.
They're in a free fall, aren't they?
They are. I mean, in Jan they were leading. Yeah, it's outstanding. I still hope they qualify for the Champions League. It will be tough, but I hope because they've signed Zlatan to another year, and I don't think they can maybe afford to pay him unless they get Champions League returns in lieu of that.
Is Lukaku going to City?
No, Lukaku's made a statement he's going to stay at Inter. And
Really?
why not? I mean, the team is going to be built around him and Lautaro Martinez because he's not going anywhere as well. So good. Yeah, I mean, again, Champions League for Lukaku, and I'm sure he'll do wonders. There's no Super League happening anyways. Not that he wouldn't have performed there, but we'll look forward to Lukaku in that Inter jersey next season as well. Good content, but very good content. I mean,
and one word on Juventus though. They 9 times champions, man. That run has ended, but boy, what a run that was! Like, and they gave us some of the best players in the world, including Sapre's favorite Paul Pogba. He came from United Youth, but at Juventus is where he became the star that he is. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to agree with you, but that's okay. We'll go into a quick break. We'll discuss on the other side a little bit of whatever Premier League action that happened. I genuinely don't want to talk FPL this time, like for the rest of the season.
I agree. I think we should just stop.
Yeah, we should just stop.
I'll just tell you before the break. Kloppites is leading. Anurag Mandle is number 2. They're very close.
Anurag was the one who won last year.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So these two are 1 and 2. I think they have a massive lead on 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be between these two. It's I think 42 points or something. So in the next 6-7 weeks, and whatever chips they use, it's going to end. Very close, but yeah, we'll possibly talk about it in another week where I have played the bench boost and 4 players haven't played. So we'll keep that for another day.
Hello. So the top of this table is not as exciting as what it is in La Liga, Shivram. Not that we care about the La Liga, but why not if an Atletico is leading that pack? We'll talk about that, but more importantly, we'll talk about Champions League as well. Europa League, I'm not sure if Shivram's up to talking about that, but why not? Just
no, we'll talk about it. 15 minutes in Emirates.
Lovely. Just take a quick break. We'll see you on the other side. Oh, there's no other side. This is the only side, which is the wrong side. Lovely. Let's start and get out of this Premier League rut. Aguero scored, right? I'm guessing he's gonna get a lot of chances, irrespective of whether City qualify for the final or they don't, because they already won the league. So if they go into the final, then they'll rest players, of course.
No. So 1 second. So you're saying he'll get chances because they'll want to rest for the Champions League.
He'll get chance in the EPL.
In the EPL.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Also his final swan song, so he'll get more stat padding opportunities because everything's done.
Yeah, but it was an okay match. I mean, not that I could watch it.
They played Crystal Palace. Why do you have expectations out of this game is beyond me.
Yeah, every time I think a team that beats us or we can't beat is a good team, but then that's like all other teams.
Then that's a Arsenal also. Then what are you saying really?
So yeah, I'm happy for Aguero to score last season, last few matches. A resurgent Fulham lost to a disappointing Chelsea.
When you say resurgent,
I mixed that up. A resurgent Chelsea beat the shit out of a disappointing Fulham.
How does Kai Havertz get a brace that too, man? It hurts.
I don't want to talk about Chelsea. I mean, you think I brought this point up to talk about Chelsea? Chelsea in the Champions League match, right? This is my advice to you. I know Norwich, you guys, Fulham got relegated and came back the season after. Norwich got relegated last season. Now they're back in the next season.
Watford.
Watford.
It's the same 3 teams who got relegated. And
Fulham should try doing that. I mean, just don't. Just stay relegated.
No, I kind of, in a broader sense, agree with you. I don't like this concept when a club becomes a yo-yo club. It also shows the imbalance that happens when a club gets relegated and the payoff that they get from the Premier League is then they can buy the best players at championship level. And then there's no competition in that league. There needs to be competition, as we discussed time and time again with the Super League business. And now that the fact that last season, Watford are promoted, Norwich are promoted, two sides that went down, Bournemouth are in the playoffs. And there's a very good chance that they too could get promoted. So it could be all three for the first time ever, which is a surprise that it's had taken so long for that to possibly happen. But I don't think that's the best way of going about it. And I hate the idea of Fulham even being a yo-yo club. I agree with you. Stay in the championship, stay there for a few years, try and dominate that league, build Scott Parker, build a legacy there, and then we'll see in a few years' time.
Legacy. I would prefer if they played yo-yo over football. Let them become a yo-yo club only.
Mitrojovic.
Nice one.
But Chelsea, they've cemented their position now in the top four. You think it's
what's the league looking like? I think the league is pretty much
they're
sorted,
except
except
they're 2 points behind Leicester. Leicester on 63, but Leicester, Chelsea are yet to play. Leicester also have a difficult run coming up. I think so do Chelsea, but I don't.
Tottenham is 5 points away.
Yeah, but it's Tottenham, right? I mean,
no, I'm agreeing. Between the three of us, I've always said the top four will remain the top four. Both of you had some grand ideas of Liverpool coming back, and I don't know what's going to happen. It stayed exactly as is since then.
Hey, I said United will get knocked out of the top four. So
I appreciate the optimism. I relate. But I don't think it's not going to happen. It will have to have a spectacular impact for United to lose 11 points and Tottenham to gain 11 points.
That's why he was hoping that United get a point deduction, right?
But yeah, but 15 point deduction, what is this? Principal se jaake baat karni padegi. Iske liye to. Unless all the teams who participated or started the Super League get a 10-point deduction, then it'll be fun. They should have given some penalty. I mean, Bruno Fernandes would have taken it, but still, give them some penalty for, pretending to be better than the rest.
You know what? But if that actually happens, I would like to see it happen from the start of next season. Then it'll make that
start
season
at -10.
Yeah, start at -10, like how when Milan had to start one season at -15 or something when Juventus were relegated. So start like that. That'll be so much fun just to watch them climb out of the relegation zone.
Yeah, and it's a good thing because Fulham is not in that equation, so we don't have to worry about them.
And I'll tell you what, I'll praise Arsenal here simply because alphabetically Arsenal are A. When they start on negative, they will still be out of the relegation zone because the other 5 clubs will be below them. So
yay. That is true. Yeah, well done. Yeah. Arsenal is always above and head and shoulders over the rest.
Very smart. When you don't have a club you genuinely like, this is what you do, right? Think about other clubs and how they can help.
Yeah, we're discussing Scudetto, no, for a reason.
Shivram, you had your bets on Everton. They lost to Villa, right?
Good game though. It was the only entertaining game of the weekend in the night. So at least something came out of it. Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting back on the score sheet. So FPL people, please keep an eye out. He might just come back. I think Everton have a good run. But yeah, Villa, I don't know what's up with Villa. Sometimes they're very convincing. Sometimes they're not as convincing. Grealish is taking forever. So I don't know if they'll continue with this.
So Villa are on 48. They've played one more than Arsenal.
One less than Arsenal.
One less than Arsenal. They can go above them, but that's okay. There's so many other.
It doesn't matter. It's not F1. Na? It's 1 point nahi milega 10th aane ke liye.
Fastest lap.
Yeah.
10 rupees more from the Premier League broadcasting team.
Nothing will happen. Now the only shot they have is the return leg of the Europa League, which will be at the Emirates. I'm hoping our fans can storm that. So we have to cancel it. Or something like that. But anyway, let's get to that.
Let's get to that. Yeah, Arsenal won their match against Newcastle. I mean, it was dicey. Dispatched Newcastle with that Milkha Singhish type goal from
so cool.
Oba, who is not going to play the second leg, I'm sure.
He'll play. He'll start. He was warmed up and all.
Okay. Will it be on time? But
now it's घर के पास है ना, तो घर पे बैठेगा उधर ही. I don't think he can be late to the Emirates.
So let's talk about that second leg. So you're 2-1 down.
Yeah. Away goal, but.
Yeah. Will you start with 10 players? Why take Xhaka? He will again get a red card. Why disappoint the team?
No, it's the same. It's starting with relegation with minus. So he starts with a yellow. So, but see, Emil Smith-Rowe was rested. Saka was rested. So there's a fantastic chance they'll start. I don't know why Arteta has against Martinelli. But he did play for a majority of the time in this game, but he could have possibly been rested to play that game, because this is a dead rubber game, right? Doesn't matter.
So
So
let me ask you. I didn't watch the first leg because I was watching a United game. Right? How was the game? Do you think Arsenal still have a chance?
Arsenal were pretty bad, which is consistent. They snuck a goal in, which is, I complained about that also, because now there is this thing called hope, right? Because Arsenal just need to score one and they'll be through on away goals. So there is always that hope. Or they play 2-1 and then it goes to penalties, and I'm fine with that. Let it go to penalties. At least I'll have some fun. The other opinion I have about Arsenal is they should absolutely lose this game or the following game or whichever game they have to. They shouldn't make it to the Champions League. Otherwise, this club is not going to get better. It is just stuck in mediocrity. They'll be like what Karthik described Fulham, right? You get the bump up in the compensation, and then next year you'll again be hoping to get to the Europa League final and again trying to win. So this will keep repeating until there's a stop in the middle, and I think this is a good year for a stop.
So tough fixture for Arsenal, you're saying.
Yeah, they're not pushovers by any sense of the imagination. So you saw them. They put 2 goals away before Arsenal got a lifeline with the penalty. I don't think Arsenal will have to really step it up.
So this is basically, if Arsenal get into the Champions League, this would be same as Super League, right? I mean, you just can't compete with the teams that are around you.
They shouldn't. They're terrible. I think enough and more people know about it. It's an open secret. What are you even trying? Like, it doesn't matter what the team sheet is anymore. Like, it's not like you'll play your best player. The best player. So how does it matter?
So you and I were talking about this behind Shiva's back, of course, is that Arsenal have to win the Europa League because that's the only way to get into the Champions League. Because without the Champions League, you won't have the money, you won't have the better players that you can compete, within the league, etc. You think they're going to win, because if they don't, what is going to happen to them next season? I mean, Lacazette will move on. I'm hoping Ceballos,
Which is not a bad thing.
Ceballos will be kicked out, right? David Luiz will just get older and older as he is. Bellerin, I don't know if he's going to stay, not going to stay. So you have Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe and Martinelli, who Arteta doesn't play. So if will Arteta stay at Arsenal next season if they don't win the Europa League this season?
I hope not. I don't really rate Arteta. I still don't know how he got that job with Arsenal.
A recommendation.
Because he came from City.
Because exactly. It's more by association to Pep that he got it. I hope not, because I don't think he's great shakes at all. I do not think Arsenal will win. I do not. They don't really. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they were not good. Shivras said it right. I mean, they were bad in that match. That goal was, the penalty does give you some hope, but Villarreal were far the better side, and this is Villarreal that Gerard Moreno didn't score as well. Spain, the most informed Spanish striker that's going around. So I would say watch out for Moreno in the second leg. It's at the Emirates, but does it really make a difference? No, I don't think so. I'll still back Villarreal to go through. And here's the thing: Villarreal have played around 60-70 European games over the last 20 years. They've never ever reached a major European final. Arsenal have knocked them out in the Champions League in one season as well. I think, with Emery there, he knows this tournament better than anybody else. I see Villarreal going through.
मतलब ऐसा FA Cup specialist लाओगे तो FA Cup जीत के दिखाएगा ना, मतलब. So this is the same with Europa League.
Yeah, but although having said that, if suddenly it becomes an Arsenal United final, then for some reason I would put Arsenal as favorites. I do not know. I think they have United's number. This season at least, I think they have United's number. So then I would put Arsenal as favorites. It's weird, right? Yeah,
I don't know how.
Weird.
It's just, I don't know, United forget how to play. But that is my other biggest fear. Like, this is fine. Like, loss to Villarreal is fine. I'm hoping they don't go to the final and lose to United again, 8-2 something. Because then we'll lose all the moral victory we had over United this time, because over 2 games we've taken 4 out of a possible 6 and United have taken 1 out of a possible 6. So that moral victory, that my being above Sapre will go away. So I don't want to give that away. I'd rather see Arsenal lose in the semis than give that away.
Lucky semi-finalists, Arsenal. At least you can go away with that. We did
हाँ,
well.
chalega. Let Villarreal beat United. And for whatever it's worth, you're assuming United is going to win because they won 6-2. It's not unheard of.
No. With Roma, I've watched enough of Roma. They are the, almost every club in Serie A is competing for fourth spot, except AS Roma for some reason. Everyone else, Lazio, Napoli, Juventus, AC Milan, Atalanta, everyone's competing. Roma have decided they want to suck this season. Like they're not.
This is the game they're waiting for.
Yeah, they thought we'll go to the Champions League after winning this pedigree. That's not happened for them. Too bad. So okay. So good that we don't have to spend too much time talking about the United Roma game because.
But then I have just one line on that though. United looks so good, and they have done in this tournament throughout the tournament. You have to say that. I mean, this is one club that when they turn it on, they can really, really, really turn it on. And in particular in the Europa League, they've done a really, really good job of that. So I mean, they are favorites whoever they face in the final. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll send the protesters your
Except Oscar.
message and regards. And
chalo, let's talk about that. Let's get to what happened. Sapre, walk us through the Mahayuddha that was going to happen last night and then didn't happen. Then Mahayuddha switched to Spurs Sheffield. And I was like, hey.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, the match that didn't happen was more what happened in the pitch was more entertaining than what happened in the Spurs Sheffield match, and also Gareth Bale scoring 3 goals. But it's just so silly. I mean, I understand the anger and frustration of the fans, and they've been voicing it out for a very long time. Like even under Sir Alex Ferguson, it just reached a boiling point. And after all the protests, and that they say that it was an insider job because it's difficult to get into Old Trafford, even when you have a ticket. The amount of checkpoints that they have, how can a crowd like that come in? But then there are suggestions that one of the gates was kept open. So, United are known to keep insider people at important positions, including the current manager. So maybe that could possibly be one of the reasons. But after all the protests, everything else, the demand that they have is to change. One of the demands is to change the shareholder pattern. Why the fuck are Glazers going to do that?
You mean the 50, 49, 51?
50 plus one, yeah.
Dortmund one.
I mean, one of it is just be more, available. It's like how in KPI, meetings when teams say managers go, hey, you should spend more time with us, etc., etc. That's one of the points. The other point is change your shareholder pattern. None of the demands are tell us how much money we need to put on the table for you to fuck off. That is not happening. So
I've heard a little more, like some more serious allegations, which are, and some of them are just like random. One is they've made a lot of profit off of United, and they've not really done much with the debt. So United had some 500 million plus debt as recently as last year. They've taken all the profits out. They've not invested money in even the stadiums are actually, like the stadium and the facilities are actually losing a lot of the quality, which is, and of course this is of the most dependable source there is, that is Twitter. But apparently they have a leaky roof in Old Trafford. They've actually lost out on player interest because they didn't like the facilities that were available. And the last thing I think, which is pretty unfounded and subjective, is they've lost touch with the base. I mean, that's each to his own. But the previous two, if you have a leaky roof, I think that's pretty direct.
Leaky roof, leaky defense. I think that was the word they were.
Ashley Young is at Inter.
Yeah, but they never were in touch with the fans, so I don't think they're out of touch.
What does that mean? Like you're not in touch with the fans? Like what?
Like the supporters group. Every club has, like Italians have like the ultras, but every club in England.
That is a very bad example.
No, I mean they think of the club's benefit, and they're always in conversations with important stakeholders within the club, one way or the other. That hasn't happened at United. I don't think it's happened. I don't think Roman Abramovich comes and talks to Chelsea fans like yellow tail. I don't think that happens anyway. So
is that what you think Roman Abramovich does?
I'm guessing.
It's a Safula bottle he's throwing at people.
Yellow Lampard, some other club take Lampard. Whatever he's throwing at other clubs, right? I don't know. So, but that was never the reality. They also have more consultation with season ticket holders, etc. But the whole point is, if you want them to fuck off, you have to put a bid on the table to make money of to get the shares back. And you're right, they haven't invested as much as they've taken. They just basically invest the dividends they get out of the shares in the club. So that has been a big complaint. United have lost out on players because not enough money in the system that you can afford to get better players. They've spent money on buying players, but the United are not on top of the wage list in the Premier League right now. So there are other clubs who are doing better than that. So yeah, there are various clubs. I think this was the highlight. That's the only way they thought they would make themselves heard by A, protesting, and B, stopping / postponing the biggest match in the Premier League. Most viewership, etc.
Screwed us Sunday is what it did.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it did. So that's what it is. I hope they find a resolution. I don't know what is the resolution. Nobody knows that. I don't think the family is going anywhere. The Glazer family is going anywhere. They are looking at it as a business. Let's see what happens. But at least the fans, I think this is the most the fans could have done. Because iske baad is full khun kharab only now. There's nothing beyond this. So let's see.
Khela Hobe. Actually, it didn't Hobe.
So yeah, that's the scene. Let's move on to interesting things like football, right? Let's talk about the Champions League first leg. Thank you, Shiva, and thank you, Ayer, for patting my back for coming up with the right predictions. Right, City versus PSG.
What? You got them both wrong.
No, I did not. Right, City won against PSG.
He said that there'll be an all-English final.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How dare you, Karthik? How dare you remember it accurately?
Or at least admit to the fact that you remember.
Yeah, never admit it.
That was a bigger complaint. But good match. Yeah, that City PSG match was just fantastic. I mean, yeah, the red card made it slightly easier for City, but the second half performance from City was brilliant. I think one of the best I've seen.
But first half they were so clueless, right? I thought they'll get dispatched royally by PSG. But PSG also were chilling. They're like, one goal is enough.
PSG chill only, na? They'll always hit on the counter. They're way too much pace here. So that's how they usually play. And teams get caught out, especially like teams like a Bayern and the City who think they can afford to keep bombing forward because they have decent players. But that's PSG.
KDB was lost in the first half.
Foden was lost in the first half. I think only Mahrez was able to pick the ball
but that is also consistent with how he plays. Like KDB, you expect him to do more and pull the strings in the middle. Mahrez is always a fox in the box. Hey, Leicester City. But he's always been a fox in the box. Foden, yeah, but Foden also depends on a lot of the wing play to happen for him to carry the ball forward.
I think he spent too much time.
Mahrez doesn't care. Mahrez doesn't pass to begin with.
Yeah, I agree. No, I think Foden spent a lot of time holding Di Maria down because Cancelo couldn't do it on his own. But good match, yeah. I mean, this is worth the second leg. PSG still have a chance.
But the other game was a lot more fun, which I watched very closely.
It was only for the couple of those Benzema shots to go in. I mean, the way he takes it. Yeah, I know you're a big Madrid supporter, if not a fan, given the history that they have.
Hey, he's a Barca fan. What? Messi never misses or something he keeps saying. Until he missed the penalty yesterday.
I'm not a fan. I like every club. Whoever's winning is better at that point of time. That's about it.
He's nota. He'll not vote for anybody. So, voting ceremony, he'll stand first row. But what do you think Madrid still have a chance? They do. I mean, the scoreline. But Chelsea are just sometimes can get so boring. You just sit back. Madrid, it's not going to be very easy for them.
What do Chelsea have?
Chelsea have Anushasan, Parivartan, Pratishtha.
Asol Parivartan will happen now.
You think Madrid's going to turn this around?
I mean, they need to score a goal, which I think they will. Wow. That's all is needed because the Chelsea have the away goal.
The latest in mathematics from Karthik.
Yeah, I think they will. And the thing about Chelsea is they need Werner needs 3 to score 1, right? 3 chances to score 1. So if they can create that, I would say now Chelsea will go through. I'm going to flip my prediction around. I'm going to go on with Sapre saying that Chelsea will go through.
Wow, lovely. Please, both like to lose.
Simply because I don't know, is Ramos back or is he the world's most expensive mascot?
He's back.
Okay.
He's back.
Okay. So then
Carvajal is out and he's back.
So then I think maybe Ramos can keep Werner in his
pocket. The joke crashed, no?
Why do you think
mascot
Werner
joke?
Yeah, what was a joke?
I think Werner offers a lot in terms of your attacking play. At least there are chances being created when he's there.
He passes to Havertz really well.
I don't think Havertz should play.
And to Ziyech.
Yeah. Oh my God, what a miss that was. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know how to call this game. I'm looking forward to it much more than the City PSG one. I think City, I thought you all underplayed City's performance. You all were only talking about the negatives. City were absolutely outstanding in that game.
in the second
So,
half, yes.
Yeah. But when did we start counting football by half? Suddenly we talk about matches, right? It's so.
We said City were bad in the first half.
And
so
then
what
you
does
all
that mean?
changed the topic. You said, let's talk about the second game. So there was no
Because
praise.
it's obvious.
There was no
Because
praise
it's
to
obvious.
City at all. Like I'll
I'm
just
sorry
say,
that
yeah.
if Pep is listening to this, sorry Pep, you played really well in the
I
second
mean,
half.
Walker was outstanding. He was as fast as Mbappe. That was shocking. As this guy gotten faster as he's gotten older. Mbappe, I think for the first time in the Champions League, he's gone a match without a shot on goal. So that was something else. I want PSG to go there and play Icardi, Mbappe, Neymar, and Di Maria. Get those fantastic four out there and just go for it. Don't try and outthink Pep Guardiola.
One piece of advice: don't watch it on Sony 10 because it was buffering. That's why you felt Walker was like faster than him. Maybe once he was because he had a head start. That's about it. But yeah, I think City still have a chance. But let's
No, City do have a chance. This is what you'll have got into your head. City did badly for some reason. City are ahead. PSG need 2 goals.
Correct. I'm with you now. I'm with you. I told him
Agreed.
before.
Well done.
Well, very well. Ramanujan, nice. They have to score a goal to win. Nice.
Yeah, nice. If you score 2, then you double your lead.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice as well. Enough of Champions League. Predictions don't make sense at all 4 are really good teams and the results can turn whichever way. But
Winner is football.
Because I'm the host, it is City and Chelsea who are going to meet each other in the final. Enough of this. We'll go to Angela Macron after the break. Let us understand. Let's see where Juventus are going to finish in the top 4. Is Ronaldo going to stay there? Do we care? No, but because you're on the podcast, we'll ask you this. But right after the break. Ayar.
Ronaldo saved Andrea Pirlo's job this weekend. For some reason, I have this feeling they were trailing to Udinese. He scored 2 late goals in the 88th and the 89th minute or something like that. And Juventus won somehow and they're now up to 3rd. I think if they had lost, Pirlo would be out of Juventus by now.
Why would Ronaldo care about saving anybody else's job?
I think inadvertently he did it. He saved Pirlo's job. I don't.
As a byproduct,
I don't think he cares that much. But then again, if Juventus don't qualify for the Champions League, he has to go and find another club, and all that hassle now with travel being here and then how is
he has to win with someone else then.
Yeah. So so it's better for him if he can get into the Champions League, maybe stay another year at Juventus. So
go to Derby. Rooney is there.
They're probably going to get relegated. They'll go to League One, which is
what they call it.
What happened to that? What happened to that plan where they said Rangers and Hearts and all these people will start playing with the English Premier League and everything will combine
the
together.
two clubs, right? Rangers and Celtic. That's it in the Premier League.
Yeah, Rangers and Celtics. Yeah. Celtic one. I forgot about that completely. What happened? Are they doing it? Is it like average, below average Super League?
They won't do it. I think there's too much at stake for the Premier League clubs to do it, because what if they start actually competing? Arsenal are like, come on, yaar. Already we're 9th and 10th.
Aston Villa, they're hoping.
Can you stop bringing in more clubs that have a decent fan base and a decent amount of money? Like, so that's not going to happen. You're right. It was a proposition long ago, but yeah, it doesn't seem likely. Although again, this is now we have seen Inter stop Juventus at 9 league titles. Rangers stop Celtic at 9 league titles. So the learning is that nobody wins 10 in a row. So next year, the Bundesliga, Bayern aren't going to win it. So there will be a new champion. Woohoo!
No, they've already bought everyone. Whoever they needed from every other team. Borussia Dortmund, Mainz, Leverkusen.
Havertz is back?
Eventually. So he has a return ticket.
Lovely...
He has Metro card. He can go whenever. And there was this tweet, very, very funny tweet. Borussia Dortmund, I think, put it out, where they were showing this window cleaner who was basically cleaning the window, and he made the logo of Borussia Dortmund in the window. And then someone quote tweeted and said, "Very sorry to inform you, this guy is going to be cleaning Bayern Munich's windows next year." That really got me. Like what? Like
Yeah,
you say
there was
Super
this
League is bad,
nice,
this is bad, and then you buy everyone in the league. I mean, that just seems weird.
They buy managers also from other teams.
Yeah.
Like not just players. Haaland staying at Dortmund is what.
अरे वो price बढ़ा रहा है वो.
नहीं एक साल तो रुकेगा यार.
I still think maybe it doesn't matter, but I still think it depends on their Champions League qualification. They still have they're still 2 points behind or a point behind Eintracht and Wolfsburg. If they don't qualify for the Champions League, I don't know. Would Mino Raiola allow Haaland to stay in a club that plays in the Europa League?
Oh, he's done it with the other.
I doubt it.
So I mean,
Cash out. हो गया time.
Yeah,
but it's DFB Pokal. Pukish.
Pokal.
They're in the finals, right? They hammered some god-forsaken team, some 20 goals, right? So at least, what is it? If you win that, do you get like in the Champions League?
No.
You get clap.
Appreciation from football.
From DJ in stadium DJ because there's no one else. So I hope you can listen to the applause.
Lovely. So the German league is done. Spain, whatever can happen.
But it's the same where we were last week, right? Because every team won. Sevilla still to play, but every team that is competing for the title, Atletico Madrid and Barca won. So it's going down to the wire.
And Barca play.
Like
so
May 8th.
Only winner for me is going to be, I think Madrid is going to win.
No, but Madrid on that same weekend play Sevilla. So it's 2 versus 4, 1 versus 3 or something.
Nice. It's like it's like the seeded tournament. Very nice.
So that'll be fun.
And you
that's this weekend, I think. So yeah, there's something to look forward to now after United's next cancelled match, which will be done.
And anything in the French league that we should care about? No. Lovely. So,
Macron बोल के भूख लग रहा है मेरे को.
I want to say one thing, but as a product,
you're on mute, Karthik.
As a product, the Premier League pissed me off this weekend. They promised a match, they did not deliver. Why is it being postponed? Why isn't Liverpool being awarded the win?
You can tweet to them, but they're on social media hiatus. So they'll get back to
you. Logically, you made Liverpool travel to Old Trafford. United couldn't fulfill the fixture. 3.3-0 victory to Liverpool, 3 points to Liverpool. That should be the end of it. What is this business about postponing? I mean, how much pull do United have in the Premier League that they can let it be postponed? Any other club, if you don't fulfill a fixture, you would have been probably deducted points as well, along with getting a fine, etc., etc., etc.
I completely agree, Karthik. But let's enjoy them getting drubbed by Liverpool 6-0.
Yeah. Okay. That will be fun as well.
And they were reimbursed. They were reimbursed in Sodexo coupons.
They were reimbursed.
That's fuel ka paisa.
We're talking about Liverpool, not the players who came to your pitch.
So there are a lot of people who watch the FPL as well. Shivram, do you know the answer to this question? If that match, if it gets rescheduled, when it happens, will those points count in this game week?
No.
This point is 0-0-0-0.
Wow. Okay. So it
won't get 4 players.
Oh damn.
So I'm happy because I had Watkins at Weltman on the bench, and now suddenly I have 13 points. So not
क्या तुम चिंदी चिल्लर कर रहे हो यार? यहाँ पे people have captained Bale and I've gotten 42 points. तो मैं 2 players से 13 point निकाल रहे हो यार.
I know. भिखारी को भीख जो भी मिली ठीक. Right on
that. United मत बोलो.
On that brilliant note, we have some exhilarating matches to watch tonight, such as West Brom versus
West Brom. It is starting in 20 minutes.
Which has already started, I guess. No, it started already.
Yeah. It started shit. I was planning to sleep before that.
And then, but if you miss that match, there is another great match to watch, which is Burnley play West Ham United. And Sean Dyche has said that if Lingard dances anywhere near me, I will fucking punch him. So
I think it's high time someone punches Lingard.
Let's see. Let's fingers crossed for this game week. Let's hope everybody does well in FPL. We're not going to talk about it anymore.
Can't wait to wake up and check the scores.
Can't wait. Okay. On that note, thank you so much. Continue with all the Andolans that you're doing in your life.
What does Andolan mean? I wanted to ask that time.
GOOGLE.co.in.
Protest. Okay. Yeah.
It's also a revolution, but in this case, I'm guessing he went for protest.
Yes, and revolution, whatever you want to, depending on which side.
Because it's not a revolution.
It isn't. As one United fan put it, the fans got more time on the pitch than Donny van de Beek.
Ouch. That must hurt.
That hurt. Okay. Thank you so much for people who tuned in. The millions of fucking views that we got on this one. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Sapre.
Good night and take care, both of you.
Good night, Shivram.
Chabak
Bye-bye.
hai. Good night. Bye.
IVM.